Yo, what is going on, guys? We're back for another Alliance War video. So this is war number 10, the third to last war of the season. Here, I have just my fights remaining on the map. We have a Shocker, then we have this Photon, who's rank 4. Then we have this Venom here, and then in section 1 we have Ebony, Maw, and Thing. So my assignment originally for this war was Black Cat, Null, and then a third for that Ebony Maw. And, you know, I looked at the Null fights, and I was like, and then I checked to see if Deathless Thanos was banned. And he wasn't banned. I was like, I'm just going to bring Thanos. He should be able to handle these Null fights, no problem. And then I decided to bring Count Nefaria for the Ebony Maw. I was taking a look at all my science champions, and I was like, who's going to be best here? And I decided, let's go with Count Nefaria. You know, Count Nefaria has, like, really never let me down. So, feeling pretty good about this team. 3 champions that I all really like. I do have a little bit of lag. I don't know what's going on with that. But up first here, we have some Drip Feed Placebo, Resistance 2000, Personal Space Regeneration, Rank 3 Thing. I'm using Black Cat here, so this should be a very simple fight. The only thing is we just need to, you know, maintain some distance so that the regen doesn't get too crazy. But, you know, once we're set up with Black Cat, like, we're going to be out damaging that regen a lot. So, yeah, I don't know why things are lagging today. It's weird. What is, I don't know what's going on with that. Hopefully that stops. Why are we lagging? I know my name has lag in it, but not for the videos. Okay, things look better now. And I spoke too soon. But there we go. We got dropped the special 2. And now you can see we're doing a lot of damage. We're doing about 2,600. No, sorry, 6,700 per hit in red right now. 6,700 damage. He's only healing for about 4,000. So we are just out damaging that regen like crazy, dude. Black Cat. Holy crap. She's hitting like a freight train. Alright, hopefully the lag is gone now. That was really weird. Looks better now. Alright, up next here we have the Ebony Maw, though. So this guy has some masochism over time and some unblockability stuff. And started the fight, we trigger Unfazed, which, you know, is a ton of fun. So we take some nice damage right at the start. So here, baiting out the special 1, and then we get off a heavy. And so here, I evaded, and then I, like, didn't go in right away. And then I went in a little bit late, and then we get parried. So yeah, 30 seconds into this fight and I've lost half my health already, and I am a little bit worried. Now we're degenning, which is fun. Now I get knocked down by his special, and now he's at full health. I was like, dude, crap. You know, like, this was my idea to bring Count Nefaria for this fight. Like, if I die, this is completely my fault. Like I cannot die here. Like, I just need to get into our Ionic Overdrive. If I can do that, you know, we're gonna be mitigating damage by a lot. We're gonna heal up too. Like, I just need to get, literally just need to get the ball rolling here. I'm just having a tough time really getting the ball rolling. So here we got 4 of our debuffs. Drop the special 1, and you can see our health. We get 5% health off that special 1 there. But the main thing is we enter Ionic Overdrive. So now, you know, we're safe. We're so much safer. We have a lot of resistances in place right now. So even if I do get hit, like, we're just going to take a lot less damage. So here I was trying to get the evade, but I just misspaced it. Luckily, the Unfazed is being forgiving right now. And we're able to drop a special 1 and get right back up to 100 charges, back in that Ionic Overdrive. So feeling good. Also got the clean knockdown there off the special 1. So that's fantastic. Right there. There's the Unfazed I was just alluding to. But at least we were in our mode. So, you know, we didn't really take much for damage. And then here again, we're just going to knock him down and then go for another knockdown, but he resists. Then I go for an evade, then he triggers Unfazed again. Like, dude, this guy was just going crazy. This freaking Ebony Maw. Oh my god. We're almost 2.5 minutes into this fight. This freaking guy. There's Unfazed again. Dude, I don't think I've ever had it trigger so many times in one fight. But even still, we're fine. It's fine. We're not gonna die, dude. We're freaking Count Nefaria. The only way I was gonna die would have been like at the start of the fight before I ever entered my Ionic Overdrive. Once we get into it, you know, the ball is rolling and it's fine. But rough start, lots of freaking unfazed, but doesn't matter. Count Nefaria still coming out on top, and he did all he needed to do. You know, that was the one and only fight I brought him for this war, and he didn't die. That's literally the one and only thing I needed him for, and he did it. He didn't do it the fastest, but he did it. That's all I care about, so that's good. Now, again, this is where I was originally assigned null. So there's some encroaching stun, reluctant retaliation, and some overwhelming odds. And this also does have the tactic genesis stuff, so he's going to be unblockable after his specials. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, all right, main deathless Thanos, bro. We got this. I'm like, do I need a 3-minute boost? Nah, I don't think I do. Or here, I think I was checking his special 3, debating just pushing him red. And then I think, do we invul? This is mainly for the next fight, for the Photon, because that's the fight I'm really scared about. It's a rank 4 Photon. But we're going to hold off on the invul. We're going to toss on just a combat regen and a special 3 defense boost, just in case he happens to go to special 3 here. I don't think it's going to happen, but just in case, you know, just in case. So, because our first fight with Thanos, you know, we're starting with our 30 charges. So, boom, there we go. Insta armor shatter, armor break, which is fantastic. Bait the special. We get the counter punch at the tail end. There we go. Make sure everything is nice and paused. Here we have the encroaching stun about to trigger. So, boom, special 1. All right, we're at 7 Furies right now, and I'm feeling good. I'm like, oh, this dude is just dead. Like, one more combo here into a relic, and he's dead. And I could have had another combo. Probably could have gotten a special 2. Like, so much overkill. So that was great. You know, feeling really good. Now we get into this next fight, and it's Photon. So there's some very important nodes here. Safeguard is 1. Let's take another look at those nodes here. So the one node that I would say, and I just jumped in. Dang it. Take a look at those nodes. So there's combat deja vu disintegration, which I was a little bit worried about this one. So it's whenever you do 2 attacks that are the same. So if you do like a light or a medium, you know, that's going to apply disintegration to me. So it's a 30% potency disintegration debuff, dealing 60% of base attack rating as direct damage over 10 seconds. So like just going into this fight, you know, I didn't want to get any of that disintegration on me. Then we also have cold turkey. So whenever a debuff is purified or cleansed off the attacker, they take a burst of degeneration damage equal to 40% of the defender's attack. So that means we cannot use our special 1 with Black Cat at all here because she does get the cleanse charges. Then there's also safeguard. So this prevents the defender from losing more than 1% health from any source. So the safeguard and the combat deja vu disintegration, that's really the big things here. We should maybe be able to bypass the safeguard, but I'm just really worried about the combat deja vu disintegration. So I'm going to be trying my absolute best here to mix up my combos. This is also a rank 4 Photon, so just added scariness. So jumping in here, ideally I want to be doing light, medium combos. So I just need to get started. So there's a medium. So, boom, light intercept, light medium. There we go. Light intercept, light medium. Okay, this is going good so far. We hit 2 light intercepts so far. Bait this, and then, boom, light intercept. Do the combo again. And then, boom, another light intercept. Like, I was just so locked in this fight, man. It was crazy. I was just hitting light intercept after light intercept. It was feeling really good. Really incredible start. And then here we're going to go medium, light, medium into special 2. Get the sabotage up. Now is where we start to do the big damage. And so far, you know, I have not gotten a single tick of disintegration on me. So here I'm going to go for a relic, just into a heavy, just to mix up my combo a little bit. Push her back, pause this a bit, try to bait out a special. Here I'm trying to bait. She doesn't throw it, so I just intercept her again. And then here I throw the special 1, which I probably, you know, was dangerous with the cleanse, but the fight was over, so it didn't really matter. I don't think I could have played that fight better. Like, that was, man, I was laser focused, locked in on that one. So that one felt really, really good. And then we get to our final fight. And again, I was originally assigned null for this, but I've done this exact same fight with Thanos before. So I was like, why null? Frick null, bro. Rank 4 Thanos is where it's at. So here, I'm just double checking his special 3 in case I need to push him to that. I have like 3 seconds left on a combat regen boost here. It falls off. And I think I decide just whatever and jump in. I don't think I throw a boost on. I was thinking about it here, but I was like, eh. I've done this fight like I think 2 or 3 times with Thanos now and never had any issues, so I'm not worried about it. And so here we have our charges back. I think that's because we used Black Cat for the fight in between. So now we can just drop the heavy. And boom, immediate armor break, armor shatter. This node is power focus 2, so he gets to 2 bars really fast, but then once he's above 2 bars, his power gain is like nothing. So I'm going to get in, a ton of damage right now, get in all my furies, and then boom, here we go to town with a fat combo, into a relic, into another fat combo, and ending with a little special one. So that is our war. I think this was against AOH or something. 10th war of the season. That is it. I'm typically the last person to join. I saw some comments about that. Like, it doesn't matter. It should not matter whether you're joining, at the start of the war or the end of the war. Everyone has their assigned path. As long as you're not joining like within the last hour, like, it's not a big deal. You can join anytime you want. And that's just because it gives other people anxiety if you're waiting for like the last hour, But yeah, that is going to go ahead and wrap it up against AOH. We ended up with 9 deaths, under 10, which is, pretty good. And they had 18. So we did catch the dub for this one. This puts us in a pretty good spot. I think we were in like Masters top 10 at this point. So there's 2 final wars to dictate whether we stay in Masters top 10, push higher, or fall back to Masters top 20. It's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this Alliance War video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a like for that sick rank 4 Photon fight. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.